Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, we're talking about something very important from the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine is now taking a bold step to develop its own HIMARS-style rocket launchers and other advanced defense tech. And they're doing it by launching a brand new $3.6 million grant program. This may sound like just another funding announcement, but if you look closely, it could change the way Ukraine fights this war. Let's break it down, step by step. Recently, at an event called Decisive Innovations: Ukraine's Next Steps in the Technological War, Ukraine's defense tech cluster, known as Brave One, announced a new grant program worth 150 million hryvnias, about $3.6 million. The goal of this program is simple but ambitious: to fund projects in explosive technology, missile systems, and artificial intelligence applications that directly support the battlefield. In plain words, this money is aimed at developing Ukraine's own HIMARS-equivalent multiple-launch rocket systems and even new air defense solutions. It's not just about buying weapons anymore, it's about building them inside Ukraine, faster and smarter. Now let's pause here for a moment. Why does Ukraine want its own HIMARS? The M142. HIMARS is a US-made truck-mounted rocket launcher. Ever since it arrived in Ukraine, it has been a game-changer. HIMARS has the ability to launch precision rockets with long ranges, striking ammunition depots, command centers, and supply lines far behind Russian front lines. But here's the problem. Ukraine depends entirely on Western supplies for these systems. And in war, supply chains can be delayed, restricted, or even politicized. So by creating a domestic version, Ukraine ensures that it can continue striking deep without waiting for approvals or shipments from abroad. So, how does this new grant program actually function? The grants will be awarded to defense startups and innovators inside Ukraine. Depending on the stage of their project, they can get anything between 500,000 hryvnias and 8 million hryvnias. And here's the key: the decision process has been accelerated. Instead of waiting months or even years, projects will now be reviewed and approved within just 6 weeks. For a country at war, this speed is crucial. It means that an idea from a Ukrainian engineer can move from a drawing board to a battlefield test in record time. So why is this significant beyond just one new weapon system? Number 1, self-reliance. Ukraine reduces its dependency on foreign countries by producing advanced weapons locally. Number 2, adaptability. Systems developed in Ukraine can be customized to their battlefield realities, whether that means operating in muddy terrains, countering Russian drones, or integrating with local command networks. And number 3, symbolism and morale. Every time Ukraine produces something high-tech on its own, it sends a strong message, not just to Russia, but to Ukrainians themselves, that they can innovate and fight back with homegrown technology. But this grant isn't just about rockets. The program highlights 70 priority areas in total. These include things like advanced missile guidance systems, explosives with higher efficiency, and artificial intelligence tools that can automate targeting and improve decision-making on the battlefield. Think of it this way: the war has forced Ukraine to become a startup nation in defense technology. Brave One is acting like an incubator, bringing together the government, the military, and private developers. Together, they can turn Ukraine into a hub of battlefield innovation, not only for today's war, but also for the future. So to wrap it all up, this new $3.6 million Brave One grant program isn't just another budget item. It represents Ukraine's determination to move from dependency to independence in military technology. By developing its own HIMARS-style multiple-launch rocket systems, new air defenses, and AI-driven combat tools, Ukraine is making sure that its soldiers won't have to wait for foreign approval or delayed supplies. Instead, they can rely on weapons designed in Ukraine, built in Ukraine, and used by Ukrainians. It's a story of war, but also a story of innovation and resilience. And it shows how necessity often pushes nations to achieve breakthroughs faster than ever before. That's all for today's breakdown. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to share it, and let me know what other defense or technology topics you'd like me to cover next. Thank you for listening.